he would have reimbursed everybody. You know, like, oh hey,
Here's your money
like
back.
there's more people.
Or just
back.
use it for a game.
Here's $35 because when the math worked out.
Yeah.
But what I do know, that it's episode 128 of the Tangent Podcast for August 21st of 2017, and I'm your host this week, Steven Salvatore. Here my lovely co-host, Gary Hines.
What's up?
And Anthony Salvatore.
What's going on?
And we're the podcast for the site pixelatepoints.com, where we talk about the games we've been playing during the week in a segment we call Under Your Thumb. And we talk about the news in a segment we like to call the Drunken News. So...
How was your week, Steve?
How are we going to do this?
I mean, we're down 2 people.
Yeah, we are down 2. Wow.
We're on a rough streak right now. This week, we did get some additions to the table here. We got it. First off, we got this beautiful, very classy.
Oh, we have this beautiful plant.
Very classy plant.
To your right in the video, our left.
Yes, what he said.
Yeah.
And then we got this nice little Sonic Collector's Edition. Sonic Mania came out this week. Thing's fucking sweet.
It is probably one of the best collector editions I've seen, besides maybe the Halo, 5? Was it?
Halo 5 came with
a helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, the Master Chief helmet?
Master Chief helmet.
Halo 3.
Was that 3 with the helmet?
Halo 3.
Way off.
Yeah. Came with the helmet.
Really?
Correct.
You didn't buy it? How would you know?
For Xbox One? What did Brian buy it for? Brian had the helmet.
That's Xbox 360, Halo 3.
Okay, I don't know.
Because if you lifted up the helmet, it actually had the game inside of it and everything.
I think we did not. Didn't we do an unboxing of it though?
We did not, Steve.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm very confused at the moment. I guess
Halo 3 came out in 2007.
I didn't know.
Figuring that we're in 2016 here, I mean that's almost.
might have
10
just
years.
had the
Well,
helmet.
we're always in 2016.
I mean, time just stops
Wow.
when we're in this room, Steve.
Well, let's not stop.
Who went last week?
Who went last? It was actually Anthony.
Thank God.
I mean,
if it was Justin or Brian, we'd just be sitting there.
We'd
We'd be waiting.
I don't know who to pick. Tree, go.
Tree.
Tree.
What
do you got?
this week? How was your week, Tree?
But
Good. All right, you're gonna pick me?
I think, yeah.
I mean,
Lucas, you got anything?
Lucas, Bryant,
Justin?
Justin. No.
Sonic.
All right, I guess I'll go. Yeah. So this week, I mean, is a pretty slow week. Besides Sonic Mania, which we'll talk about, but I did play a little bit more of Lawbreakers on PC. I know that they have a patch coming out, or it did come out this week at some point in time. So they're updating the game. The game's struggling to find players.
So I've kind of seen Cliffy B shit, I think.
Did you have problems getting matches in the game, though?
No.
So,
No.
I mean,
So it doesn't affect me. I just think that they're just going against a lot of shooters right now, and it's hard. And like I said last week, with just the niche that they had with Get Good, and it takes away that casual feel to it. I think the game is fucking awesome, though. Last week I had been playing as like the medic and the I forget what class it is, pretty much the assault rifle class. So this week I've been playing a lot as the assassin, which is
my
the
jam.
dual swords, and you got the Spider-Man like rope swing, and then you got a shotgun on your back. Class is pretty fun to play.
I mean, I watched you play it this week. I mean, I watched you play last week too. But what I remember, you saying it's a lot like Unreal Tournament.
Yeah.
And when I watched you, I was like, oh, it does feel... It's like... It's a hybrid kind of between Unreal Tournament and Overwatch, but it just... How quick it goes,
Very
it's
fast.
Definitely Unreal.
Yeah.
For
There's
sure.
a huge
Unreal.
skill gap in this game. Like,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Is it? Yeah.
Just to figure out the movements of every single character, and how to navigate the map and go into 0G. And
How does that compare to Overwatch?
Overwatch is completely different. It's
Well, just I meant like the skill gap, like character-wise. Like, can you jump in?
You
and-
remember-
Well, there's
I
certain.
fucking-
Well, the thing with Overwatch is there's certain characters that don't take much skill. So and they actually rank each one of their characters by stars. So there's 1-star characters, which are like a Reinhardt, which you just put up your shield, or a Mercy, you just sit there and heal people.
But they're like defenders, right? Like they're
Depending.
more defensive medics.
Yeah,
right.
just the easier classes, and then Lawbreakers. It's all about movement and how fast can you go and get into 0G, and
So that's very Unreal, I think, right?
Oh yeah, it's like rocket jumping and classic Quake and something like that. So it's very fast. The game modes are pretty fun, so I'm enjoying myself there. And then basically, I've just been trying to rank up the character and trying to get a bunch of customization and try to figure out the game. I'm not sure if there's going to be a competitive mode to it or anything like that, but it's been fun. It's been fun. I doubt I'm going to continue playing this game. I can tell you that.
Really?
I truthfully, I played more Overwatch than Lawbreakers this week, but I didn't want to bore you guys with.
Well, I figured you did.
Yeah.
You mean you're a competitive Overwatch player, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I watched you play Overwatch on Twitch. I mean, you streamed it a few times on twitch.tv/pixelated points. PXL PTS.
Wow.
Besides the
Plug.
audio issue.
Yeah, we figured it out.
It's fast. It's like every time I watch it, compared to when you have streamed Overwatch, it's just been like it's very quick.
Yeah,
and I get Overwatch, Unreal Tournament 2004, like vibes just because it's fucking like,
yeah,
so it. I mean, you said Cliffy B did work on Unreal, right?
He worked on Gears.
Oh, Gears
of War.
Okay.
Is where he comes from. But he's always... And Gears of War is a very competitive game as well, with a high skill gap. But that's more, I would say, because I feel like this game was made for PC. It was ported to consoles, and that's why it's not on Xbox, and it's just on PlayStation.
Right.
So I feel like it's a PC-driven game, just with how fast it is in the Twitch-type shooter and the movement speed. It's just... I would imagine it plays a lot better on PC.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
Console,
Yeah.
Which
I mean, would you play
does.
on it? PC.
PC.
Yeah.
So it's fun. I'll stick around for a little bit, see what the updates are. I mean, they are tweaking the characters. I'd be interested to see if when they introduce new characters, are they doing free characters or is it paid? Stuff like that. So we'll see. But the biggest game, I'm going straight to Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania. Yeah.
Sonic Mania. This fucking bad boy right here.
This is beautiful.
It came out 2 days ago, and Monday night I went on Amazon just to double check that my purchase had gone through, and I purchased the collector's edition.
It's not
a long time
Walmart,
ago.
so
Yeah, so they didn't cancel it, but my payment plan needed to be updated on it, so I was just like,
he's risking some shit. Right
yeah.
there.
So because I switched my debit credit cards around, and I was like, oh fuck, I better get this. So I switched everything. So it didn't come until today, which is Thursday of last week. And so, but I would imagine I've probably played at least a couple hours of it. I know you guys got to play. We just recorded a Let's Play. So
You got to see my awesome fucking skill.
yeah. Anthony played a Let's Play for us.
I'm proud of it.
All I'll say is one ring.
Yeah.
He
To rule them all.
one ring to rule them all. He literally
Crushed it.
went through the first 3 levels. We'll say that he beat all 3 levels that he played, and he finished each level with 1 ring, which was pretty impressive. I don't think I've seen that before in anyone that's playing not Overwatch, Sonic.
Little asterisk right there.
But as soon as you start playing this game, it's classic 2D Sonic, which is absolutely fantastic. I was a huge Sonic fan when I was younger, so pretty much, so Sonic and Mario used to go back and forth.
For a long
in the
time.
heyday of the early 90s, for sure, yeah.
And then as soon as Mario 64 came out and that 3D Sonic tried to compete.
Well, they never had once they jumped to 3D, Sega never figured out how to make the leap from 2D Sonic to 3D Sonic. I mean, they tried with 3D Knuckles or Sonic 3D.
3D Knuckles?
3D Blast.
3D Blast, right. Even
Which is probably the best Sonic 3D game that actually came out.
The first Sonic Adventure
Knuckles
was on the Dreamcast. I thought was decent.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
You level up the little chows. It's pretty much the only good thing.
But no, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It never really made the
jump.
jump.
So this one is 2D side-scrolling, classic Sonic graphics. The way that the game plays out is just the classic Sonic game where levels are in zones. I believe in the earlier Sonics that there was always 3 zones to a level, and at the end of the 3rd zone there would be a boss. This game there's 2 zones to each level, and there's a boss on at the end of every level, which is kind of cool. Small bosses, small little boss fights at the end of every level is interesting. And then the first 2 levels are classic Sonic reimaginings, I would say.
It's just almost a remaster, right? Because
Yeah.
it's just Green Hill, right?
It's Green Hill right as soon as you start up, but
That music.
each level is definitely different. They've made changes to it. What I've heard and what I've read on it is the fact that it basically there's a lot of different ways that Jesus, Dexter, relax. There's a lot of different ways that you can beat each level. There's a lot of hidden stuff. I found on my first playthrough right now, or it's not my first playthrough, but on my current save file, I got 2 Chaos Emeralds that I found the secret rings.
So you're saying there's alternative exits?
No, there's
it's
only
just-
one exit, but
like a
there's multiple
bonus.
ways to get there.
Oh wait, okay, yeah. I got
As you
you.
saw, I skipped.
And it's different than the original games themselves.
Right.
But the classic music is
Oh,
still
yeah.
very classic.
Great tunes.
I mean, and then you go to the next level, which is Chemical Plant, and that's another classic.
Yeah.
You can watch Anthony drown.
But
Once.
only
Only
died once. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 1 ring, 1 death.
It was
it's
really
a-
more of a suicide rather than.
Yeah, I let it.
Yeah, you didn't let yourself drown, did you?
On 0.
But it did bring back memories of anxiety as a child.
Oh,
when
that
the music
yeah.
would kick in when you're Sonic and you're underwater, and it just starts jamming down from 5, and you're rushing to get to some air.
Well, some of us.
Yeah, I mean, you don't give a shit. But it's classic Sonic. It's really cool. They do have some new abilities. I would say that there's one in particular where before in Sonic, if you were going to build up a classic like Sonic charge, you'd hold down on the D-pad and then charge with the bottom button, which I'm playing on PlayStation is X. And then once you let go of it, he zips off. In this game, you can actually, when you're jumping, you can jump into a dash and take off. So you can keep momentum going, which before you would have to stop moving and then
Regather
Charge
speed.
up. Yes.
This you can
yes.
actually be in the air, and as you're landing, if
You
you
can-
hit the right combo, you can keep it going.
Oh, that's good. So that's
It's a big addiction.
probably what Sonic needed
Yeah.
for a while because Sonic's all about going fast, and it's just very jarring if you're cruising.
If you slow the game
yeah,
down,
exactly.
it's not as good.
No,
So-
exactly.
Well, if you lose, like you said, you lose speed.
You
and
lose
then-
momentum at any point. It's just
It's
like
a lot of going way up the ramp and being like, "Oh shit, I didn't have enough momentum going back down." And
Right.
Up. I thought the boss battles so far have been. It's definitely interesting because they're not the classic boss battles that we've had from previous Sonic games, but they're also all been pretty different from each other. Like there was one where it was like a Tetris game.
Oh, I thought that one was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Connect 4. You had to get 4 of the same colors as Dr. Eggman's trying to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, playing like Dr. Mario, Bejeweled,
Yeah.
Yoshi's.
Yeah, so that
something,
was just
yeah.
like a random boss battle, which was interesting. And I think that was on the Studioopolis level.
Yep.
Which was, I believe, like a reimagining of the casino level, but it had like a Hollywood studio vibe to it.
Didn't have as good as music though,
No.
sadly, because the casino music in any of the Sonics has been
Top
really,
notch.
really top notch. Yeah,
And it didn't have the slot machine.
didn't have the slot machine. That's
The slot machine, I remember
for
classic
sure.
Sonic, I would sit there and just wait until I got my lives. I'd lose all my coins, go get more coins, come back and continuously do the slot machine. So they didn't have that. They had some other things that were
Microphones.
reminiscent.
But yeah, it's like the Hollywood
There was
reels.
there was some like things that you would hit that would sound like casino shit, but it wasn't.
They were like the bumpers. And
Yeah, but it wasn't the casino.
they've also introduced in the second level in Chemical Plant, there was this kind of interesting mechanic where the water, if it was dark blue, it would hurt you. If you jump on a syringe and push the syringe down, it would have a chemical in it, and it would be like baby blue. If you press the syringe down, it would turn the water all baby blue, and that would be like a small bouncing water. So it was kind of like a gel. And so you'd be able to bounce over to it. And then if you had another syringe, which was green, you turn the water green, then it's like a super bounce.
right.
So that was a mechanic that was never in the previous games that they introduced. So I think what they've been doing is, which is smart, is they're getting you on the nostalgia of the old music, the old settings.
Exactly, yeah.
But then they're introducing small little new things to the formula, which I think is making for a pretty fun game.
I agree. I think I think a lot of companies should kind of do this. You know, Capcom with maybe Mega Man's kind of like with Mega Man, 9 was it? And Nintendo should do it. Just like make another 2D game, but like push it, slightly forward. And you could still do those games with this new 3D games,
Yep.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
I mean, I think it's exactly what Sonic needed. The game is also out on Switch.
Just
Which-
For
great.
the mobile, yeah.
If I had a Switch, I feel like this is a perfect game for the Switch.
Right. It's one of those like, oh yeah, take it
On the go,
when you
yeah.
go. It's one
It's
of
a
those
hybrid.
Right. The hybrid classic,
It's just a classic, just like this.
Feels like
Yeah.
a Game Gear,
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a lot of fun. They do have, in the beginning, when you boot up the game, there's like a small animated intro.
Is it the
which
same, like,
it's like no, it's like
No.
so they have the Sega Go,
Yeah.
the classic Sega sound, and then there's like an animated like cartoon.
Sonic and Tails, fucking.
Yeah, Tails is a motherfucker. I can't stand Tails.
I wanted
He's
Knuckles.
such a
but
he's
he is-
such a
he is an
piece of shit. Knuckles can be fun, but he's too slow. You need Sonic
Yeah.
The
because
speed.
you're just climbing on shit with Knuckles.
Well, it's kind of like if you ever play Donkey Kong Country, it's like,
It's cranky.
I
all the way.
want fuck Diddy. I want, Sonic's,
You want
that's the kind of
DK?
thing to me.
he's original. He's an original. Tails can fly a kite. I fucking cannot stand that motherfucker. One, he gets in your way, so he confuses you as you're jumping. He
does
always
confuse
jumps
you, yeah.
a second after you jump. So when you're trying to land a jump,
Oh, right, yeah.
you're like kind of thrown off by that.
He's gonna pull his
But
weight.
sometimes he helps you with that because he's always like grabbing
never
extra
helps.
rings that are like,
Anthony watched me. There was a couple times
Yeah,
where
dude, he-
in Chemical
he
Plant,
literally- he got-
there's like these spider enemies that will come
Sonic
down.
did not. He's left. He's watching.
And they'll grab you, and it goes like takes 3 seconds for them to like take all your rings.
Right.
So like Tails
Tails
has
is
plenty of
just
time
sitting
to
there.
just jump and hit him, and he's just sitting there just like watching me. Like doesn't help out at all.
It's the plot scheme. Just
The
wait.
only thing I enjoy watching, or when Tails is in the game, is just watching him like suiciding off shit and just dying,
Yeah.
and then he just comes flying back.
got
in.
his back, yeah.
But you can play the game just as Sonic, just as Tails, just as Knuckles. I haven't experimented
Oh,
with
that's
that.
interesting, actually. I didn't think. Oh.
Yeah, so we just put on the.
But do you get like a sidekick also?
No,
Or is it
it's
just,
just
Knuck-
it's just a
solo.
solo,
It's just
like,
solo. So
like
the
the
only
original
two-
original Sonic?
yeah, so the only two that will be together is Sonic and Tails.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then you can play just as Tails. I don't know why you'd want to do that to yourself. And then you got Knuckles, and then you can play just as Sonic, which is like the original.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm not sure exactly how many levels there are to the game, but I mean, I've heard that there's definitely some remasters like we've experienced in the first 2 levels, and then they've thrown in some new ones, and then,
So the casino level can still be in there.
it could be.
Could be.
It definitely could be. I did unlock some sort of challenge modes, so I don't know what the challenge modes would be, and I'm sure there's other kind of things that you can set up as you beat the game and as you get achievements that unlock certain things to the game. So it's just it's a game that I think is what Sonic needed. I think it's perfect for it.
Sounds like a breath of fresh air to
The
even if it's
franchise,
just like even if you had to go back to 2D to make the franchise work, it's like, well, thank fucking Christ you're making a good game.
yeah,
Sonic
it gets
team
people
will-
talking about Sonic again
right
in
I
a
mean,
positive light.
Exactly. Because they have been struggling for a long time.
And then you come out with this
Sonic, yeah.
collector's
Oh,
edition.
Look at that. Yeah.
With the-
I mean, I know you
I
can't
mean,
see
the-
it, but it's if you're listening to the podcast version, it's Sonic on top of a fucking first
Genesis.
generation's Genesis.
Yep.
Sega Mega Drive.
It says it right here.
Sonic Mania.
High definition graphics.
It's beautiful. Well, there'll be some pictures on the Instagram this week. Instagram/Tangent Podcast.
Yeah. So I
Take
mean,
a look at it.
I was super pumped. It also came with the classics Genesis
Right.
game
Cartridge.
and
With,
then with the ring inside of it, which was super classy.
Pictures of that also.
I
Keep
mean,
a
just a
lookout.
lot of class going down.
What was the last? It was like a little metal card.
Yeah, there's also
Oh,
just
there's
some,
also like a metal card with Sonic and Knuckles?
Tails.
Tails on it.
Should be Knuckles, but it's
Yeah, it's Tails.
piece of shit.
Yeah, just metal. Like I dropped it on the table, made metal sounds. So I don't know what
figured
that's
it was
all
metal.
about.
But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to continue playing the game. I think it's,
I'm glad. I hope in the future they can figure out. Maybe they got to go the Mega Man route. Just stick to the 2D
Mighty Number 9
Sonic games. I don't give a fuck as
I'd
long
be
as the games are
super
good.
excited. And this is what my hope is, that they're gonna have some like free DLC where they're gonna add levels,
Add levels. I mean, they absolutely should.
You
right?
should kind of go.
We also
Mario
getting
Maker route.
though what? There's another Sonic game coming out.
I haven't even paid attention to it. I've only paid
Right.
attention to
Sonic Mania.
But we are getting another Sonic, like a 3D Sonic.
Yeah.
I
I have no interest in that.
From what I've heard,
No interest
might
in
be
that.
dicey,
And
but-
I think they put this game out before it because they knew this one would be a seller. And
Oh.
they're hoping to bring that to
the new one, yeah.
but
But,
I don't give
yeah.
a shit about it. I want DLC levels for this game.
I'm glad they're back on track. I'd have to look into who did this game myself, but
And I know Brian out there bought it on the Switch, so I'd be interested to
Right.
see how it plays on there.
I mean, he's probably playing it
right now.
right now
Probably.
over his
I'd hope so.
break.
Yeah.
It's a great. I mean, Sonic handheld's great, so hopefully that holds up.
I hope so. I hope so, Steve.
Oh, we going to next, Gary?
Yeah.
You gonna go to Tree?
True. What do you got?
Tree?
Tree, I think it says it's
Anthony's turn?
Tony's turn.
Tony, what do we got?
So, like I said, last week I continued to play Splatoon 2 into this week. Lawbreakers wasn't going to do it. I was hoping the other person would use the code, and then me, Brian, and him could probably play. But
We're not even gonna name who that person
Yeah,
is.
we're not.
You guys should probably figure it out.
only a quick update for Splatoon 2 was that they did have an update like while I was playing, which was they added a new weapon and a new map. So the new weapon was just an umbrella, which is the first weapon they added in Splatoon 2 that does kind of defense as well as offense. Because you
hit people with your umbrella.
well, you use it to kind of like in a Splatoon, like people will just rain down the ink. Like they'll shoot it from like a top of a level.
Yep.
And you can just kind of prop the umbrella up so that you don't get hit by it.
And then how is it offensive?
When you fold it down, it shoots out ink from it.
Got it.
So,
like Mary Poppins.
Kinda. It's a little bit OP in the sense because nothing else has a defense.
Yeah. So the fact that you can play defense and offense can keep you alive.
And it's a level 1 weapon, so everyone's just the first. When that thing came out, everybody was just fucking using it. So you saw a whole map just flooded with umbrellas, which
I would imagine would slow down the gameplay a lot if less people are dying and more people have like longevity in the ability to stay alive, that it would make for, I don't know, a slower paced. Or I mean, I don't really play Splatoon, so I don't really.
a lot.
I know it's not about killing each other. I think it's more about just throwing paint on the floor. But
So I mean, a lot of people have the like concept of like that they have the umbrella for protection. They'll just fucking run in there anyway.
yeah,
So you get those people. Skill wise, though, there's not really much to it anyway. Like the gap between the top players, it is slightly geared because once you hit level 20 and stuff, you do get like the better stuff. And most of them do go to league battle at that point.
yeah.
So the umbrella was kind of a way to get those people just getting in there to match them.
Was it free?
It was free.
So the weapon and the map were free DLC. Is every DLC going to be free for Splatoon? Do we know that?
For certain, no. But the way if they keep doing it like this, I think so because they did promise like
I mean, that would be the way to go.
yeah, small updates to it.
Yeah.
So just moving on from that, the other game I did play this week was StarCraft Remastered. So I know you've never played it before.
I have not. How is the remaster different than the original? Or is it just not different, just updated graphics?
Everything was from the graphics to the animations to the voice acting to the music it was a complete overhaul of the original. If you've never played StarCraft, this one would be like the way to get you in there just because of the updated graphics and the voice acting for it. Campaign's still the same. They didn't really change much there. You can still use the cheats and everything for the original StarCraft.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, didn't take that out.
Huge fan.
Operation
Overwhelming.
Yeah,
So
Operation
you're playing
CWL.
this on PC?
PC.
There you go.
This is all PC. It's
It has
all
to be
yeah.
PC,
None
right?
of this. I mean,
StarCraft even on console?
well, it was when it was first released. So like
N64.
PlayStation, N64. Well, those were the only two, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
At the time, I think
Yeah.
only N60. I don't think PlayStation.
It might actually been only
just
N64.
N64.
Diablo was PlayStation.
PlayStation. No, well, it didn't come out until Diablo 3. Diablo 2 never came out for PlayStation. I don't
Yeah,
think,
but the original Diablo came out on PlayStation.
maybe.
But yeah, they didn't. Yeah, N64 had a port. It was actually pretty decent for what it, for the time.
At the time, that's probably where like the pleb shit probably started.
Yeah,
To
Yeah.
use the N64 controller,
I mean, I don't really know anything about that pleb life.
what the tree does.
treat us. But yeah,
So continuing on, the quick updates for it was like the menu for everything from like the icons to have attack and like hold are completely reamped. So they changed the icons, changed the color scheme to it.
did you play StarCraft 2?
Yes, I played the beta only.
What does it look like compared to that?
The color scheme is taken from StarCraft 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely brighter colors.
Right.
It's not as dark anymore.
Like that.
Yeah. I mean, they cleaned it up. It's a 4K game, right? I think.
Yeah.
They were advertising. I bought it. I haven't played it yet, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Night
Well, they
Trap.
want you to install. You have to install.
Here's the problem. Yeah, here was the problem I had and why I didn't play it until technically today was you have to go through Blizzard's. You have to sign up for the Blizzard account and go through there to install it. 'Cause I have the original, like it's been installed on my computer for fucking like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking I can just, go in, it'll just update it and I'll be ready to play.
Yeah.
Didn't happen that way.
That BNet account.
Battle.net, yeah.
To link
That'll be a news
that-
story.
Yeah.
to link everything together. So I'm uninstalling it, reinstalling it, just trying to figure out what the fuck what's wrong. Going to support, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like maybe you get too many browsers open or some
idiot.
shit. Yeah.
You gotta sign
Right.
up.
It's
for
like Sonic.
Blizzard,
I
bro.
don't know how to fucking, go
Fucking
fast.
pleb
It's just-
over
yeah.
here doesn't know how to work
Nothing.
PC.
It wasn't going right. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, I have seen because when you play Overwatch, you got to start from the Blizzard app that they have. So,
Right.
So I have seen like the remastered StarCraft is like flashing, and it's just like buy me.
Oh, buy me, yeah.
Yeah,
That
I haven't
is
made that purchase.
the second time I've ever used the app. The first was when I first got Diablo 3 and then realized I didn't need to use it for Diablo 3. So
Yeah.
I never updated it after that. It does take up a considerable more amount of space. It's 5 gigs, I think.
Well, are we talking about StarCraft 2?
StarCraft
I mean,
1.
StarCraft
Remastered, yeah.
Well, it's 3. They want. Oh no, that's not 3. I'm thinking of something else.
It's
But
got to be for all the whole 5.
You're thinking of Night Trap.
I am thinking of Night Trap. Thank you. Crazy game.
Classic mistakes. Steve.
yeah.
Yep.
How can you get those two
they
confused?
They do want you to install the original StarCraft for sure.
But like I said, it's free and like so going through like the setup, I downloaded it for free off like Blizzard.com.
Because it's a free. I mean, if
It's-
anybody doesn't know, StarCraft the original is now free.
But you can't. So even setting that up, you still have to go. Like you could do the setup without the account, but it won't give you the remastered anyway.
Oh, so you need an account.
So you need you need to set up an
I
account.
mean, how hard is it to set up an
I
account?
don't know. I mean,
No, I had, like I said, I already have the account. It's just knowing to do that took me fucking hours really.
Pleb life
Yeah.
over here, man. I swear.
I lost valuable
I
stuff.
feel like Battle.net's gotten more, or Blizzard in general has gotten more.
I mean, it's a growing, successful company, Steve.
It did
Is
pick
it
up,
though?
Gotta get with the times.
picked
Is
up
it if they're
It picked up
rehashing old
Destiny
fucking
2.
games?
Yeah, they picked up Destiny 2's and you gotta
On
have.
I heard
Yeah.
something about
Yeah.
that. Is that in the news? I can't remember.
That was in the news about 3 or 4 months ago.
I'm on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, as we all
Yeah.
are. But yeah, no, they got Destiny on PC running through the BNet app,
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. No. Actually, you're right. I do remember
Which I
that.
found interesting.
Yeah.
which
that's
is
actually
good
very
news
interesting.
for Blizzard and or
Destiny.
Bungie, because Bungie now knows that they're gonna have some good server.
Well, wasn't Battle.net then? Now
Uh,
was it Blizzard.net?
It's Blizzard. Well, they changed it
The BNet.
Well, we won't talk
Yeah,
about.
we're
We'll
not
save
gonna-
it for the new.
It's
BNet.
BNet now.
But so did you
Battle.net,
play any of the
BlizzNet.
campaign or?
Played the campaign. Started off as episode 1, which is Terran.
Yep.
To just test it out. Did the first mission. Well, technically flew by the first 3 missions by
Right,
cheating.
because they're pretty.
No, I just
standard.
put in.
Oh,
There's no secret call level, and then it's just an instant victory.
So you didn't even.
So now I want to get to a Jim Raynor.
We want to get, I mean, you do want to get to Jim Raynor because the first 3 are basically blah, blah,
So
blah.
it's-
In the third level, is where you meet Jim.
Meet
where you get his, the Vulture.
Vulture, yeah.
Yep, where he's on, yep.
Still sounds badass as ever.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
Do they remaster the videos? Do you?
Videos, vocals, everything, even the music was remastered in it.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
So I thought, so you see like Raynor's face is kind of redone. All actually even the lines for Raynor are so they added lines for each individual unit as well. So Firebats have new combat lines when you click them.
So are they you think they're the re-recordings from StarCraft 2 that they did? Because I feel like
Might have
they
been.
recorded. I think they re-recorded some of the lines for StarCraft 2. I can't remember.
I didn't play much for
You're right.
or clicked much of the units in StarCraft 2 to kind of hear what they had for
Right.
lines. I mean,
Well, they had different. I think they had different lines, but I think some of them were the same. It'd be interesting. I know they went through. Like I remember seeing a video where they brought back all the same voice actors to like redo the lines, but they were, 10, 20 years older.
the whole Star Fox situation.
Same.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of the same deal with Star Fox. But yeah, it's good. What do you think? A green light or?
Like I said, I love technically because I like StarCraft more than most people. Greenlight. If you've never played it, go remastered route all the way.
So actually, now I have a question. Did they change? So, like the key commands, are they
The hotkeys.
like hotkeys and shit? Is it the same as StarCraft 2, or is it the same as the original? Where like it's dated. Like you don't have. You can't do like you don't have the micro macro.
The micromanagement of the. I didn't use that anywhere though when I played.
Right, but did you notice like that they were?
Nothing.
You didn't spend enough time to
Not
notice.
doing. That's the first missions.
Yeah, I get you.
Like I said, I never used the hotkeys to begin with, even though it's technically the way
Right.
most PC people would play them. Literally just spent the time checking out everything from, like I said, the background
yeah,
menus
right.
and stuff like that, and the rendering. Like you can zoom in and now see like level 2, level 4. I think you have to defend it for like 30 minutes.
Right. I remember that. Well, that's yeah.
So you can now like see the shop details. Because I was sitting there for 30 minutes, just kind of like
What do you mean
looking.
shop details? What do you mean? Like
In the level, he has like there's like side shops. Like within the level, they added a like unique element of like showing like the technically Terran like
Signs
landscape,
on buildings.
like billboards and shit like that.
yeah.
That
Okay,
are now
yeah,
like
I gotcha.
been rendered so that now you can visually.
Oh, you can
see
zoom
them.
in and see like what's going on in the level. Yeah, that's cool.
So to spend more time on the detail for it was pretty interesting.
Sounds worth it to me.
If you haven't,
I mean,
like I
it's
said,
$15
for someone
It's
like
a
you who haven't
great.
played it, it's probably well worth it.
Yeah, if they updated, especially if they updated like the hotkeys to, or just whatever it is, however you manage, in the same way that you can now you can group more than 12 or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh yeah.
Can you
StarCraft? I haven't double checked on the original. StarCraft 2 let you do that. I don't know if this one.
Well, but yeah, right.
So I did not actually test that out to see if I could group more than 12. in
Right. So
StarCraft
like
Remastered.
StarCraft 2 allows you to group, in the original StarCraft you could group the max of 12, I think. StarCraft 2 allows you to group, I mean, it was more than 12. It was like a normal, whatever an RTS would pretty much allow you to do.
Yeah.
And you could kind of like separate them now, and without all this like fucking, you could, sometimes you could do it in StarCraft 1, but you got to get like fancy with like,
You'd have to just click and highlight, and it'd
yeah, you have to
separate
kind of fuck around with
the units. But
right. But in StarCraft 2, you use just like a normal RTS. You group plus 50 or whatever the fuck it's some crazy number.
Yeah.
You have separate groups.
45.
Right. And then
exactly.
so if you can do that in StarCraft 1, then actually I think Korea would probably fucking lose their mind.
Well, they did get the Korea was the one who got the physical collector's
They
edition.
got the full physical edition, which I would have immediately fucking bought. But
We got the Sonic though.
We do.
we did get the Sonic, so.
And the tree.
So yeah.
Fucking classy tree over here. So we're doing good. Steve, do you have anything this week?
Nope, I really don't. Besides,
That's it. Unless
Yeah.
Brian.
Brian.
Justin,
Lucas.
Luke. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's it. We
Yeah.
got no
So-
one else. Unless somebody's underneath here. I don't think so. That's it.
So I
Dexter?
think that's it for the this Under Your Thumb this week. We'll be back after the break with a little drunken news.